Namaskaram everyone. Welcome back to our channel. In this video, we will talk about a mountain which is supposed to be sacred or special to Sadhguru. Not just Sadhguru, for many other yogis as well. So, which is that hill or mountain that is so special? Those of you who are familiar with Sadhguru and Isha Foundation might be knowing that Isha Foundation at Coimbatore is set at the foothills of Velliangiri mountains. The Velliangiri mountains are located in the Western Ghats in the state of Tamil Nadu in southern India. These mountains are considered sacred and has a significant cultural and spiritual importance. Velliangiri mountains is often referred to as Kailash of the south. There is a reason for this. According to Sadhguru, Shiva spent some considerable amount of time on these mountains. The story goes like this. In the southernmost part of India, there lived a maiden. She aspired to become Shiva's wife. It was her aspiration to hold Shiva's hand someday. She was dedicated to this and started working on herself and made progress in this direction. She was so focused and dedicated to Shiva that she also decided a deadline to meet Shiva. She decided to leave her body if Shiva didn't marry her before the sunrise of the particular day which was supposed to be the deadline. After getting informed about her dedication, Shiva started his travel to southern India. He was in a hurry to reach there. But all the other gods started conspiring against his plan since they thought that if Shiva ever gets married to this woman, he may not come back and get settled in South India. When Shiva was just 22 kilometers away from the point, he saw light coming up. Seeing the light, he thought that time was over and he turned back. The light was a false sunrise staged by lighting of a huge mound of camphor by gods. Since Shiva didn't arrive on time, the maiden left her body standing. The maiden stands today as Kanyakumari, which has a shrine dedicated to her at the southernmost tip of India. Shiva was unhappy for not making it in time and he wanted to work out his despair. He was looking for a suitable place. He finally decided that Velliangiri mountain was the right place and he climbed up to the peak of this mountain. He sat there in despair, anger, and frustration about himself. While he was sitting there, he was not meditating, nor he was blissful. Shiva was there for a considerable amount of time, and since ages, wherever Shiva spent a little bit of time, people termed that place as Kailash. Since then, this place is been called as Kailash of the South. Sadhguru always mentions that his Guru has been the most dominant factor of his life. Sadhguru's Guru has walked this sacred mountain. When the time came, he chose this very place to shed his body. In addition to Shiva and Sadhguru's Guru, innumerable sages and yogis have walked on these hills. And it is said that these great beings allowed this magnificent mountain to imbibe everything they know. This very mountain is also known as Seven Hills since when we go up, we feel 7 undulations which will make us feel that we are going up 7 hills. Since all the information great sages and yogis had is in a way fed in this mountain, everything about how to consecrate Dhyanalinga was also obtained from here by Sadhguru. So for Sadhguru and everybody at Isha, it is not just a mountain but a temple. If you know the story of Dhyanalinga, you will very well know who Sadhguru Sri Brahma is. His whole life was entirely focused on one thing, consecration of Dhyanalinga. According to Sadhguru, he had all the inner capabilities that were required to consecrate the Dhyanalinga. But the outside social situations were not apt. Hence, the project failed. For the last time, when people gathered around him, he went up the 7th hill and he said, this one will come back again. Even though the project failed due to the social situations, Sadhguru Sri Brahma wanted to check his capabilities. He wanted to check whether there is something wrong with his energy system. Sadhguru Sri Brahma left his body on Velliangiri mountains through all the 7 chakras, which is considered to be a rare thing. One who leaves his body through 7 chakras is termed as a Chakreshwara. It is said that even today that energy is alive and can be felt on the 7th hill. The last peak is windy and nothing except grass grows there. 3 large boulders can be seen at the top, which forms a shelter-like structure for the small lingam. But it is extremely powerful space. We would like to conclude this video by iterating Sadhguru's words. So many beings, the kind of men that gods would be envious of because they lived with such grace and dignity, have walked this mountain. Thank you for your valuable time. Namaskaram.